Hello, it's Lindsay from Today I Choose Joy. So excited to be in a better routine and getting some stuff done. So today I'm going to talk about non-scale victories that I'm excited about or that I'm looking forward to. Not that I can say all of these things are going to happen, but these are things that maybe I'm excited for the possibility of, or that I used to be able to do, and I'm excited for the possibility of me being able to do them again. So we're gonna talk about that. So if you're interested in listening to some things that are exciting for the prospect of weight loss, keep watching. These aren't in order. I jotted them down, so they're on here. So crossing my legs comfortably. I do have thicker legs. Like my torso is really long, and then my legs are squattier. So my thighs have always been larger. I'm also not really anymore, but I used to be a very competitive skier, soccer player, rugby player. Back when I kept myself fit and active. And so my leg muscles are larger. I still do have a lot of muscle in my legs. It has decreased over the past couple years, but that is the easiest thing for me to gain back because everything I've grown up doing was always so leg muscle heavy. So that muscle is very muscle memory and does come back very quickly. But with that being said, where my legs are thicker, crossing my legs comfortably now doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I can cross my ankles, but to have one leg cross the other above the knee doesn't happen. They don't stay. I feel like I have to turn my entire top half of my body to make it happen, and then that just looks awkward and uncomfortable, as that just did. So I'm excited to have that back as something I can do. It's been a while since I could, really do that, and for the longest time, I didn't really put the pieces together that I'm getting larger and this is something I can't do, and then suddenly it hit me that I'm oh, I'm that fat girl that can't cross my legs because my legs are too thick. So that's something I'm looking forward to. On the same idea of that, wearing knee-high riding boots that aren't super wide calf because they're freaking expensive. It's not nice. Don't make me pay $30 more because I have 2 extra inches on my calf. That's just mean. But yeah, so I'm really excited for the possibility of being able to just order tall boots offline rather than having to double check the circumference, triple check, read the comments, read the notes. If there's other people that say, it was very misleading, the calf isn't really as wide as it is, or going crazy beyond and double, triple checking if I'm ordering something online, because they don't carry a lot of tall, wide calf or extra wide calf boots in stores. I found a couple at Lane Bryant that fit well, but they were too tall for my leg, so it just looked funny. So it's I've got a couple that work quite well, but they're still snug. I put them on and it's do these look too tight and it looks off, or can I get by? So I'm excited for the possibility that maybe my legs will reduce a little bit, enough that I'll be comfortable in tall boots again. Pencil skirts. I know I can wear pencil skirts now, but the way my stomach is, it's not pretty. It's not something that I find attractive. I can do it. I can wear some shapewear, but it just looks really rolly and really bumpy, and it's not to me, it's not attractive. I'm not that person that's, let me wear skin tight stuff and you're just gonna get over it because I want to. Like, I'm all the power to people that can do that, but I'm not one of them. I mean, yes, I'll wear leggings and a tank top and a cardigan over the top, but the cardigan is loose, so it conceals the fact that I'm like skin tight everywhere else. But I used to love pencil skirts. I would wear high-waisted pencil skirts a lot. And I loved it. So the idea of going back to that is really exciting. Next, walking with my children, not getting winded going up a hill. We go walking a lot at a little state park island thing, maybe like 10 minutes from our house, quite often, especially right now where I'm trying to get the extra exercise in. But there's a loop around most of the island, and it's just about a 2-mile loop. But there's, you know, downs and ups and downs and ups and twists and turns and this and that. And there's times that my 2-year-old is going faster than I am, partially because my knee is still a disaster and it hurts, but partially because I'm like huffing and puffing to get up these little hills. And I mean, yes, the pulmonologist who did my lung function said my lungs are in great condition. But when you're walking for that amount of time and you're going up hills and down hills and up hills and down hills and you're lugging all of this extra body weight, it's hard. It's not an easy thing. No matter how good your lungs are. I mean, if a healthy person my height, but, you know, 100 pounds lighter than I am, put on a 100-pound vest, it would be really difficult for them. And that's what I'm doing by myself. And that's just, it's not healthy. So I'm excited to get back to a spot where I can go out and walk with them and not have my husband be, are you all right? Do you need a break? Like, you doing okay? So that I can be a part of it and not going up a hill or let me take a break. I need to sit for a minute. I'm going to be really excited to be back to be a part of it and not feeling winded. Next, seatbelt in a car. I'm not having an extender and I'm not to the point where like it doesn't fit. But if I have a winter coat on and I have to pull it to get buckled, every once in a while I'll pull just like that 1 inch more than I should have, and it hits that locking mechanism. And I know everyone knows about this, and it's, you just want to stab it. But you hit that locking mechanism, and then every time it goes back, it just locks and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. So then you have to unbuckle and redo it. I'm really excited to not pull to the point where I'm hitting that every time. It's just one of those silly, annoying things, but it's annoying enough that I'm really excited to not have to do it ever again. Ever again. Going down a slide with my daughter, there was another mom that I watch that just posted I'm gonna have to find her channel because I don't remember it right off the top of my head. But she just posted a picture that she went down a slide with her child, and I was like, oh, right there with you, sister. Like, yes. My daughter loves going to the playground. We've got a couple little, like, I mean, they're playgrounds, little structure things where there's a slide and some swings and some little spring animals in our neighborhood that are, you know, private in our little neighborhood complex. But the slides are, you know, they're the old school slide where they're that metal frame and they have the, you know, the framework that comes up that you walk under and then you go down. And so they are narrow. And I don't fit well. I don't fit well down them. And my mother has come to visit and she's gone down the slide with Jocelyn, and I want to be able to do that too. Like I want I want that fun of, I'm going to chase you and I'm going to get you and I'm going to go down the slide and I'm going to get you. I'm coming behind you. Like, I want to have that with her. So that's exciting. It's a good one for next year. Wrapping a towel around me all the way. And this is a big one right now because we're going to the pool like every day because it's so stupid hot out. But right now I'm basically taking a beach towel and tying it around my waist because my waist I do have, kind of an hourglass shape. And so that's the smallest part. And so I'll take it and I'll take the two ends and I'll actually tie it in a knot. But then, the knot goes and then it goes whoop, and just splits open because my hips and my butt and everything and my stomach are too big for it to go around. So I'm going to be really excited for the days when I can actually put it up here and do the little rolly thing and it will stay and I can have it fit all the way around me. Like, I remember when I used to do that when I lived in this neighborhood, when we would go to the pool and I was at a healthy weight and I could do these things. And it's just so frustrating that I let myself get here. But I'm making the changes and I'm going to get there. So we're just going to push that negativity out of my mind. Next, breathing. So it kind of goes along with the walking. But I've heard this with other people too. You'll watch videos, you don't really notice it because it's your normal day to day. But Lisa from Mini Me in Tennessee brought this up one time in a video that I was watching of hers, and she had flashed back to a video when she was either still pre-op or newly post-op, and she was saying it was so noticeable of how much I wasn't struggling to breathe, but how much more it almost was like a to emphasize the breathing than when she was smaller and it was just easy. So I had never thought about that, but when she said that, I'm like, you know what, that is true, because I'll be walking and talking and doing certain things, and every once in a while you're like, I just need to take a really big breath because and you find yourself breathing almost heavier to do the same amount of stuff. Getting off the floor more easily, and I know that sounds really silly, and I'm not going down that road. I'm going down the road of playing with my daughter on the floor. Playing with her little horse figurines or Barbies or dolls or trains or any of those things. My husband will get right down on the floor with her and, get into it and play and do these things. And I get down and I cringe because I'm like, how am I going to get back up? Again, part of this is my knee. Part of it is that my knee is still aching. It's still not back to normal. And I know that a lot of it has to do with the weight that's bearing down on it, that it's irritated and it can't heal because I'm on my legs constantly. So I'm excited for when I'll be able to get down on the floor and play without being so conscious of, all right, where am I sitting and how can I get back up before I even get down? Like, the idea of having to plan how you have to get off the floor before you get down on the floor is frustrating. Like, I shouldn't be doing this. Like, I should just be thinking of, let's get down and play with my daughter. Like, that should be what it's about. Not, let me figure out how I'm going to be able to get back up. Let me take the time to plan this and then I'll sit down and play with you. Like, I don't want to do that. That's not what. No. I think that's it for now. That's all I had on my list. I feel like I had some other things that I was thinking of. I mean, like, one thing that's going to be for sure is the majority of my closet that's still upstairs that everyone tells me to throw away that I haven't thrown away, or it's in the attic, or I'll finally get to wear all that stuff again. And everyone kept telling me, just throw it out, just get rid of it, just donate it, just this, because when you're able to fit into it again, it's not going to be in style, or you're not going to want to wear it, or you're going to want new stuff. But as a mom of two, rebuying a wardrobe multiple times as I lose this weight just isn't in the budget. It's not in the budget. So having some staple pieces that I did hang on to just the basics and some nicer work dresses and this kind of thing is going to be great as I transition from larger to smaller. So I'm not rebuying wardrobes over and over and over again. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm really excited for new clothes and being able to shop on smaller racks, because for one, it's a lot cheaper. For two, there's a lot more clearance options when you do get down in the smaller sizes. And there's just a lot cuter things. I mean, it's to find something affordable in a plus size, it's a struggle. I mean, it really is. Like, I do a lot of stuff on Shein, maybe that's how you say it, SHEIN.com. And I mean, everyone knows it comes from China. It's poor quality, but I mean, at the same time, this is actually Shein, now that I think about it. But this really isn't that terrible. But I buy stuff off there quite often because I wait till it goes on sale, even more than it is already on sale. So I mean, I probably paid like $6 for this shirt. Shipping isn't too terrible. And so I'll get, you know, some stuff on there just because it's so cheap. But with it being so cheap, it doesn't last long. So, I mean, there's a balance with all of this. So, I mean, those are things I'm looking forward to. Those are non-scale victories I'm looking forward to. I'm sure there's lots more that I will think of throughout this journey. But those are the ones that, like, if I were to sit and say, what am I looking forward to? Those are them. Those are them. I'm excited to be able to get there. And I mean, obviously, like, the non-scale victories I should be like, woo, are getting my health under control, getting my A1C back to a healthy range, getting, you know, my blood pressure back to normal every time, getting my cholesterol under control, getting those things back to not risk factors, getting blood work done and them going, well, they could be better, like getting those things taken care of. But to me, that's a given. Sorry, the chair just broke. Like, those are a given. Like, those are things that's part of the reason why I'm doing this journey. You know, yes, I want to lose weight. Yes, I want to get down to a smaller size. But the biggest thing leading me is the fact that I'm really not healthy. You know, the breaking of my ankle, the blowing out of my knee, my A1C, my knee not healing. Like, clearly my weight has a huge negative impact on my life. So that's my biggest driving force for all of this, is to get healthy and get my life back to where it needs to be as a 30-year-old. Like, I shouldn't be in a situation where I'm putting my life at risk. Like, no. So those are non-scale victories for now. I'm sure I'll come up with more, and we will chat again about those at another time. But for now, that's it. And let me know what yours are. Let me know what you're excited about, what non-scale victories you can't wait for. Some things that, or maybe something that I said made you think of it and be like, wow, yeah, that is really exciting. So let me know. Let me know in the comments below. And again, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when I'm posting new videos and you're always up to date. And I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.